So I have some very important points in my mind, and I want all of you to know these points that have helped me and is in general helping many students crack many kinds of examinations. Okay, so first thing before moving onwards to this session, first thing that we need to keep in our mind is that there is no shortcut to exam success, whichever exam it is, your CSIR net exam, IIT JAM exam, UPSC exam, any other exam, even your board examinations in school, right? So there is no shortcut. Yes, there are some tricks to remember few things, but to completing the whole syllabus and to be practicing and revising, there is no shortcut to that. Only we can try to apply some strategies and organize ourselves and go onward, move onward with a very organized manner so that we get the things done in a fast way. Otherwise, if you are jumbled up, right, if you are confused and disorganized, you are going to take more time doing the same thing, right? So first thing we are going to talk about is what does it take, according to me, what does it take to crack an exam? Okay, yeah, it could be different also, your strategy could be different also, as always, but mine I'm going to discuss over here. Okay, chalo. First thing, you need a plan or a strategy, whichever you want to call it. Okay, second thing is you need to work hard on that particular plan. Otherwise, only plans and no hard work is not going to lead you anywhere. Okay, so whatever plan we are making, we are going to do hard work on that. Nothing can substitute hard work. There is no shortcut for it. Okay, third thing is, guys, be very consistent. Consistency is very important in whichever work you are doing. You're painting a picture, you're reading a book or writing a paper, anything you want to do, you have to understand the importance of consistency. Very important. Okay, also practice and revision. So this is once again the same thing that we are going to discuss onwards. How are we going to be doing good practice? How are we going to attend mock tests and everything? That we are going to discuss in a later session. Today we are going to focus on this thing, a plan. How are you going to make a plan? How are you going to execute that plan? All right, how are you going to organize yourself in doing all of these things? Okay, so yes, there are all these secrets. Secret number one or plan number one is very simple. Divide your day into chunks. That is, yes, that is why I have put the Legos over here, because as you see that there is a Lego board over here. If you want to build a house, if you want to build anything, you are going to put piece by piece on it, and then only you can make your structure. So if you want to build your memory, if you want to build your memory, you have to put piece by piece on your memory, and then only you can build up your memory, and then only you are able to answer the questions in exam. Okay, so remembering a lot of things is just like building a house on the Lego board, isn't it? So what are you going to do, guys? Divide your day into chunks. What do I mean by these chunks? First of all, allot time to each topic or each subject per day. So guys, it's a very important thing that you realize that you cannot, the same thing happens with the NEET students, IIT JEE students, but then they are only few of them realize that, and they are young to realize these things, that their mind is not prepared to study the same subject or the same thing for the whole day. That cannot happen, right? Your mind is prepared for multitasking. Okay, you will be absolutely bored if you try to do the same thing again and again, right? Even you can take the example of a 1 year old or a 6 month old, right? So I know this very well right? So if you want to give them some activity, if you want a 1 year old baby, or let's say a 3 year old baby to learn a poem. Let's say you want to make them learn a poem. You cannot make them learn this throughout the whole day. You cannot make them learn this poem within 1 day only. That cannot happen. Daily, you have to give in some consistent efforts to be able to make them remember the whole poem. So that is all about the memory. Memory does not is not gained for a particular topic, is not going to be done, yeah, for let's say a particular subject. one subject cannot be done in the same day. You have to be able to allot time to each topic or subject, right, within one day. And the important part is, remember the multitasking part. Okay, that is, you have to do a little bit of different things in the day. You cannot do the same subject throughout the whole day. Also, before moving onwards, now this, there is a very important point over here. Let's say you have just completed studying some name reactions, for example, right? Or let's say some pericyclic reactions you have done. So I have completed this one topic. Before moving onwards to another topic, or let's say to another page, if you try to recall what you have just completed, your memory is going to sharply increase without any doubt. So let's say you have studied one chapter, you have studied pericyclic reactions, and now you want to move onwards and you want to, let's say, do coordination chemistry. All right, no problem. You can do that in one day. But before jumping directly to the other book, if you just recall, if you just recall what you have just studied, if you are just able to understand what you have, if you're just able to recall what you have just studied, you will be able to retain that memory for a long period of time. Okay, so recalling is very important before just being satisfied ki yes, I have done this topic, I don't need to study this anymore for as long as 1 month. That's not going to happen. Okay, recall before jumping to another topic. Second is study actively. What do I mean by this? Study actively, very important point. If you think that you are not able to sit for 2 hours, and guys, be aware of yourself, right? If you think ki ha main to pad lungi, I can study for 3 hours, I can study for 4 hours, no, you cannot. You are only human, right? And you cannot study for 4 hours in a straight line. Why? Because your mind is getting tired just after 2 or 2.5 hours or 3 hours, right? You will get tired. So instead of just trying to pulling yourself and doing pushing yourself and doing the extra thing, don't do that. Instead of doing that, take a break after every 2 hours. Take a break after every 2 hour, and take a break of 10 to 15 minutes only, and then again 2 more hours of study, right? Rather than just sitting for 4 hours in a row, go for 2 hour and 2 hour, right? This is going to work for each and every person, I know this, right? So yeah, just try to do this. Even if you think that you can sit for 4 hours straight, those 4 hours are utilized, and after that you will be dull. Okay, so try to do this 2 hour routine. This is going to help you. Also, in the study actively part, I would also like to mention that whenever you are studying, I have already mentioned the recalling thing. Whenever you are studying, guys, if there are some formulas or if there are some important points, just try to write those things. Or let's say total, matlab ki if you have studied, let's say, 5 topics in one day, so try to recall each and every topic after doing everything. And total marking you have to do. Let's say you have studied all of these topics, what bothered you the most in all of these topics, that you have to write. So constantly write about your whatever you are doing, right? Just do a star mark and write in your book or write in your notes, wherever you want to. Just write कि ये question अच्छा नहीं है, या फिर ये question थोड़ा मुश्किल है, दोबारा देखना पड़ेगा, या whatever you want to write, right? You just have to write, and be aware that next time when you see this, you are also going to follow what you have written, and you are going to revise that question properly. And there are many different techniques, guys. Study actively is just that, use your brain, and be aware of what you are doing. Basically, that is what I mean by study active, right? Also, there is a very important method of revision that I found out on the internet only. I found this out, right? But then I thought I might share this with you all. Some people are really interested in using their laptop. Some people just want to use pen and paper. Okay, so what you can do is, even if you don't have a laptop, you can write this down in your notebook. You can write all of the topics that you want to do. Okay, and I would tell you to write subtopics. Okay, don't write topics, write subtopics. If you write subtopics in a column like this, and then you use different highlighters, that this is the day when you actually studied this topic, and this is the day when you revise. One revision, one more revision, one more revision. So you will actually be able to be very specific about when you have revised this topic, how many times you have revised this topic. Okay, and how is it going to help you? अगर याद ही नहीं रहेगा तो फिर क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Yes, this is going to help you because you think कि बहुत रिवाइज कर लिया, अब तो आता ही है, right? Now we know this topic. But then by this spreadsheet, or whenever you write this in your notebook, you will know how many times you have revised. And if you are done very nicely, let's say I am going to mention green. With the green highlighter you mention, or any other color you can follow guys, but green is a very nice color and it can be used for perfectly done. Yeah, but let's say almost done, done and confident in this topic, done and confident in this topic. Okay, yellow may you are going to have few things pending, few things pending. Okay, and in red, not studied, या फिर no revision done, whichever you want to write. Let's say red is not studied and the brown one is, let's say, no revision. Yeah, whichever thing you want to, whichever color you want to add. Okay, so for different things you are going to add different colors. ये बहुत अच्छा तरीका है guys, and it's not only for girls, it is for everyone, because it's a common myth कि लड़कियों को color use करना बहुत पसंद है. So no, it's not necessary. This can be adopted by anybody, and this is going to be really, really helpful. All right, so just list down some subtopics, not your important topics, the subtopics, because that is going to give more confidence. Okay, yes, subtopics written down over here, studied date and revision date and practice date. If you want to add that, will be absolutely fine. And good practice date when you have practice questions. Okay, and use the color coding to understand which topic is done how much. Okay, so all the syllabus could be really overwhelming to the CSI and net aspirants, and that is where this spreadsheet is going to help you a lot. Okay, absolutely awesome technique. Second thing guys, plan number 2 is assemble your toolkit. What is your toolkit? Let me define that for you. Your toolkit could be anything from your notes, from your pen and highlighter and everything that you need to sit and study, maybe your laptop, your phone, whatever, from wherever you are studying from. So be organized, set only one place to study. You already know these are some absolute time tested methods that sit only for only on one place to study, right? Use a chair, don't lie down on the bed. You already know these things and everyone has told you all these things, right? Use one place to study, it should not have any noise, that you already know. I'm just telling you, be organized, that is, on that one place only. Organize everything, your notes, your laptop, everything should be on that one place. You should not be sitting down to study and after 5 minutes you realize कि ये वाली notebook तो है ही नहीं, या फिर वो वाला assignment तो है ही नहीं, उठ के लाना पड़ेगा. You don't have to do that, right? So be organized and keep everything at one place so everything is easily accessible and you don't have to move here and there before 2 hours. 2 hours straight you are going to sit. Okay, don't run here and there searching for notes or any other thing. That is my idea, that assemble your toolkit at once. Try not getting up before 2 hours once you sit down. If you can extend this to 3 hours, that will be awesome, but that is like stretching yourself a little bit, because when you do the practice then you can try this out. For practice, you can keep 3 hours timing, guys, because studying and you putting information in your brain for 3 hours is a lot. Okay, so just try 2 hours when you are actually learning. Okay, learning, and 3 hours when you are practicing or revising. Try to do that, because practice is basically applying what you already know, so that is an enjoyable time, right? Learning is not that enjoyable, so you try to sit 2 hours for learning and 3 hours for practicing or revising. Okay, this is going to make your preparation effective. Okay, these are all the points to make your preparation more efficient, right? Now, third important, very, very important point is manage your distractions. Yes. So, yeah, this is, you must think कि मैम ये थोड़ी ना कोई technique होती है, manage your distraction. But no, it is absolutely most important in the world where you have so much social media. Like when you open up to watch a Unacademy live session, you will get thousands of shorts which are thrown at you by YouTube or by any other application. So basically information is being thrown at you all the times, even if you don't want it, then also. So you cannot do anything but be distracted, right? That happens with us also, that happens with everyone. So how are you going to manage your distraction? How we do it is keep a separate time for checking your phone. That is the only thing that you can do, right? So allot some time for social media or any other activity which relaxes you. For example, कि music सुनना अच्छा लगता है, okay, you can listen to music. And for those students who say कि हम गाने सुनते सुनते पढ़ते हैं, that is absolutely, I would say, that doesn't work. All right, because if you are doing practice, you can listen up to some music, instrumental music, you can listen up. But if you only want to study for 2 hours in one go, you don't require music for that. Let your brain work. Okay, if you are doing practice for 3 hours, you can listen to some instrumental music or any kind of music, that's fine. Do so when you are doing the practice, but when you are learning, don't bother listening up music, because that is going to distract you. 2 hours concentration span you require. Okay, don't do that. All right. So any other activity which relaxes you should only be done in the break that you are taking. Only in the break. So only listen to the music when you are having a break. All right. And also don't look at social media just after the class. Class खत्म हो गई, अनअकैडमी पे क्लास चल रही है, 2 hour क्लास, लेट्स से मैम ने ज्यादा पढ़ा दिया, 2.5 आवर, या सर ने ज्यादा पढ़ा दिया, 2.5 आवर क्लास चल रही, क्लास खत्म कर दी हो, थैंक गॉड क्लास इज ओवर, नाउ आई विल वॉच सम फोन एंड स्क्रॉलिंग फोन. दैट इज एब्सोल्युटली रॉन्ग. ओके, व्हाट डिड आई टेल यू? जो भी पढ़ाया है, right, whatever you have studied right now, that is very, very, very important. Because Unacademy पे या any other platform whichever you are following, guys, when you are having a live session, the educator wants to give you maximum information within that time frame. All right, because we have very less time to complete that topic. So those 2 hours are like full on knowledge, right? So what you have to do is you cannot afford if any of that evaporates from your mind. What you're going to do is just relax, breathe for a while, drink some water, move around here and there, and then try to recall. Don't just open the phone and cricket आने वाला है, या फिर cricket IPL शुरू हो गया, या फिर some of your friends have called, and then you forget about the class, whatever is taught in the class, right? I know that is happening, right? I know my students, right? So that is happening. So this is what I don't want you to do, guys. Just relax and recall. Because if you make a habit of recalling, then you are going to succeed in every kind of work that you do. Okay, so lot of information I'm also throwing at you. Just try to grab that information, because that is relevant to your CSIR net examination. Okay, and tell me in the comments if you are doing it. Okay, so don't do anything that aggravates you further. Okay, or let's say is trying to emotionally or in any kind of way is distracting your mind. Don't do that. Okay, you don't want to be very happy or very sad or very excited about anything when you are studying. Just keep neutral. Okay, just be neutral. All right. So that's it. Manage your distractions to try to stay neutral on most of the time. Okay, because when you stay neutral, you will be more professional, more efficient, everything will be good, right? So keep your social media hours separate when you're not studying, not doing anything, right? Plan number 4 is innovate. So what do I mean by that? No, you're not required to do any invention at home. No, but yes, you have to be very, try to look at whatever you have to study. Try to look at that in a very interesting point of view. Let's say I can say that. मतलब कि first thing that you can do is try to engage your text. मतलब whatever you are studying, you can use highlighters, you can use different color pens for color coding. This is not for girls, okay? I'm telling to all the students, use highlighter. Okay, I don't know why this is a myth that girls like to use highlighter and girls like to write in a very good handwriting. Everyone can write in a good handwriting, guys. Neat and clean one at least. So use highlighters, and also on the go when you are studying, on the go wherever you recall or wherever you are studying some interesting facts, just write them with your text so that next time when you are studying you will get to know some interesting fact about whatever you are studying, right? Yes, this is one example of what you can do to innovate. Second thing is, let's say I have taught you to find the RNS configuration, for example. So the trick that I have used over there, honestly, that is my trick. You are not going to see it anywhere. And there are many of the tricks that you can also make by yourself. Yes, I made you remember the VCR rule. Vertical clockwise gives you R, and so on and so forth, right? You're not going to see it anywhere else. Because when we try to study something, when we try to remember something, we need some tricks. Try to make your own tricks. Okay, while you are studying, this is going to make you extremely happy and satisfied ki yes, you are also innovating and you can do something new about what you are studying, right? So this is very, very important that you innovate and you try to find your own methods and try to make your own tricks. So this is also once again studying actively. All right. Yes, guys. Plan number 5. The fifth important thing is, everyone says कि quality पे focus करो, quantity पे मत करो. But I'm telling you, keep a balance of both of these things. Try to think of quality and quantity both. All right, that is, quantity or quality is required for, let's say you have to complete this much syllabus, so quantity is also required because you have to complete some portion of the syllabus to crack the CSIR net examination. Quality is required as such because maybe you are studying something which is not asked, so that you have to maintain, watch or see the previous year question solving methods, right? And by doing the previous year questions, you will know that which topic is relevant, which is not. So from there, you are going to be able to very nicely understand how you have to maintain quality of your preparation and not study which is not asked basically, right? Let's say supramolecular compounds are not asked very much in detail, only the crown ethers and cryptons are asked. Let's say clathrates are asked, right? So you cannot open up a book of supramolecular chemistry, and that is not going to be helpful for CSI net examination. Okay, so maintain quality, also maintain quantity. You have to complete all the important topics from all the three subjects, absolutely the three subjects, right? So you have to do that as well. Use your time accordingly. Time management is absolutely required, guys. Time management is absolutely required, and with this time, you require quality and quantity both to complete the important topics in syllabus, but according to the exam pattern. Don't just go on studying everything. Okay, that is required. सब कुछ पढ़ोगे तो preparation में late हो जाएगी. Okay, yes, keep a balance of both the things. Sixth is avoid burnout. What do I mean by that? Yes, don't look like this first of all. Okay, so what is a burnout? Let's say there are students who are studying for 6 hours straight, 8 hours straight. All right, you cannot sit for so many hours straight. what you are going to do is you are going to relax. Okay, so you can follow this cycle: study, relax, study, eat something, and then study, and take a nap, and then study, then once again relax, and so on and so forth. You can just complete this cycle. Yes, because when you study, you are hungry. You are very hungry when you study, right? So you can just follow the cycle of studying and relax and studying and then taking a little 15 minutes or 20 minutes nap. All right, something like that. Don't sleep after eating, because if you sleep after eating, your nap is not going to be a nap, it's going to be a 2 hour nap straight, right? When you eat, your body is going to make you sleep, right? So don't sleep after eating. Chalo. So this is what I want to say, guys. Avoiding burnout is very, very important. Otherwise, you would be demotivated by your preparation, and you would think that maybe I'm not doing something good. So you don't want to get any negative feeling about your preparation. That is not going to help you. That is why I'm trying to organize things for yourself, so that you can put your energy in the right path. Okay, so that you are not basically still confused कि जो मैं कर रही हूँ वो सही है कि गलत है. If you are stuck in this forever loop of self you know confusion and question and self doubt, if you are stuck in a loop of self doubt, you are never going to rise to the CSIR net examination. You're never going to be able to crack it soon. Okay, so because you don't get stuck in the self doubt loop, you have to follow all of these steps very nicely and very peacefully. Be patient, guys. Everything takes time, right? And brick by brick, you can do everything, right? So, yes, this is it. So, these are few important points that we have discussed, right? And definitely more strategy sessions are coming up for all of you. This was the most basic one that we have started with, and I hope that you follow all of these plans or strategies. And if you are, please also put your comments in the comment section. They are very valuable. All right, and also, yeah, I'll be sharing the link in the Telegram channel for the upcoming sessions, right? So thank you so much for staying till the end and watching it whole. And if you already haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, and also like to the video, right? Bye everyone. Have a nice day. We'll see you very soon.